A little pat on the back from Chris Barnes. That's one of his idiosyncrasies that you'll see quite a few times in this tournament. He's a hard taskmaster, isn't he? But the PBA makes you like that, Cass.
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's well, it's a professional job, it's his business. He earns his living doing that, and well, you don't take prisoners, do you?
First real bit of pressure then for the English bowler.
Yeah, working on a spare, so this first ball will be a bonus count. It will count back to the previous frame where she made the spare. And she'll be looking for another 10. Well, she's only taken 8. It was only 7 to start with, but again, light in the pocket. No drive in the back end there.
Only just managed to get back, didn't it? So some concerns here for Glover.
Yeah, she's made 3 strikes, but at the moment she's struggling to make that pocket. Takes away the 4 and the 7 pin. Pretty straightforward corner spare there. She really needs to start sorting her A game out at the moment. She's not quite there.
That's how it stands at the moment for Glover, and she's certainly shown Chris Barnes the way through in this match. She really has to get some strikes together. Barnes is locked in.
Well, he's taken advantage very much of Zara not striking, and he's run up his second double of the game in frames 7 and 8. Just turning the screw a little bit here, making sure there's a bit more daylight between him and Zara. Great shot right in the 1-3 pocket, carried all 10.
Double for Barnes then, who, like most of these bowlers, won't play on this format an awful lot, and there's rarely this much intensity in the head-to-head encounters that you see in Tenpin bowling competitions, but Barnes deals with that so well. He seems to love this element of close quarters competition. And Glover here, desperately in need of a strike. Once again, can't quite get the pocket hit she's looking for.
Yeah, just can't get that ball to turn up nicely. It's light on the head pin. It's left what we call the bucket, which is the 2, 4, 5 and the 8 pin. A little cluster spare, but it is a tricky one. Again, it's got that sleeper in it. What, the 2 pins, the 2 and the 8. She has to make sure she covers that 8 pin at the back.
Plenty of work still to be done.
Well, unfortunately, it's only 6 pins as well, and it was on a spare, so it's almost a minus count. She's lost pins. And she really needs to spare this one. Anything else will be in big trouble. Great looking shot. Manages to take all 4 pins away. Keeps the card cleaned by that 4th frame.
So Glover polishing off that tricky one. And after 8 frames, this is how things stand. That's the maximums that they can still get, and as you can see, Chris Barnes in complete control at the moment. Just a quick chat. They wanted to re-rack. Saw him do this quite a few times last year, Cass. He's a big fan of re-racking.
Yeah, he obviously looks at the pins stood up in that triangle. I thought maybe there's one pin that's not quite on spot, and he's allowed to take a re-rack, which he's just done. Hopefully he's going to be happy with this rack and now come up for his 9th frame. Working on 2 strikes in a row, and really wants to bury this one in the pocket to make the first turkey of the game and advance his score. This really needs to be good.
Oh, turkey it is. A bit of luck for Chris Barnes, an apology to his opponents, and then a quick nod to the bowling gods upstairs.
Well, the reason that single pin was standing there for a little while, and it was the 9 pin. Watch this. This ball hits so hard it cuts high through the head pin. Doesn't deflect onto that 9 pin, but there's just a loose little messenger there, and away it goes, and that counts 3 strikes in a row. Barnes really turning the screw now and advancing his lead.
Lots of power from Chris Barnes, good mix. Got pins flying everywhere. Now, well, it's easy to say from here, really. What does Zara do? She needs strikes, doesn't she?
Well, absolutely, and at the same time she needs Chris to stop striking as well. She's 37 pins adrift at the moment. Coming up for the 9th frame. Very much pressure is really on her now. Needs to get something going.
Well done.
She does pretty much what Chris did. I believe she actually changed her ball there and actually got a lot better reaction in the back end. Left the 9-pin standing, but again, another little messenger, just tweaks it out. And it counts as a strike in the foundation frame, frame number 9.
Yeah, she really attacked that one. Losers in the first round come away with $1,500. So that's why everybody wants to come to this competition. Great stuff. 4 in a row then for Barnes, a 4-bagger.
Yeah, whizzes through the 200 barrier with ease, no open frames, and that's, as you say, 4 in a row. He's also got a double earlier on. This is a 240-plus game.
Well, we talk about par scores from time to time. 200 used to be the old par, but when you're talking about someone like Chris Barnes, you're looking at 210, 220 for him to be happy. And it's going to be way past that.
Yeah, he's 235 with 1 ball to go. 2 strikes in the 10th frame, so he earns the bonus ball. That's the first 5-bagger we've seen. And this is looking really heavy stuff from the PBA champion.
6 in a row. What a start from Chris Barnes. A few problems in the opening phases of that game, but then his true colours shone through. The master tactician once again at home on the lane, and what a finish. So he's still on for a big score, is Barnes, and a place in the quarter-final. And it's all about Glover from here, at least clawing back some of that deficit and trying to put some sort of pressure on her opponent.
Yeah, just needs to sort something out here for the second game. Well, that's the double. No, it's good. That change of ball has made a great difference. She's really ripped the rack there. Striking on the first ball in the 10th frame gives her the opportunity to throw 2 more balls, and can actually strike out for 208, which would keep her in touch, but she certainly needs to get things going for the second game.
She certainly likes this new ball. You'll often see players make a change. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it appears to have given Zara a bit more confidence here. Been quite aggressive with these last 2 shots. Now, can she turn this into a triple? Turkey. No. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that one just sailed by, unfortunately. It was a higher friction ball she'd turned to, but that one just sailed on by. Obviously got caught up in some lane oil that may well have carried down on the line that she's playing. She's left herself the 2 and the 10-pin. Tricky little spare, but that's another open frame at the end there. And scores 195, so 50 pins adrift after game 1.
Yeah, that's a shame for the 3-time world champion. Has such an impressive record in World Tenpin bowling, but here at the World Tenpin Masters, Zara Glover once again struggling in the first round. Chris Barnes, though, of the USA, the defending champion, looking good.
So Chris Barnes has found the pocket and has locked in, but will Zara be able to respond to the pressure? Join us for more action after the break. Come back. Well, we're halfway through our first game and Zara made an excellent start, but now she's starting to sink into the shadow of Chris Barnes. Let's head back over to our commentary team.
Zara Glover then, trying to claw back this 50-pen deficit. Didn't do a tremendous amount wrong, you'd have to say that. She just came up a little light in the pocket on a few occasions. Had a change of ball as well with her strike ball. Needs to get off to the best possible start, but as Cass Edwards alongside me in the commentary booth has said, she's also got to rely on Chris Barnes making a few mistakes, and, well, I've not heard the word mistake and Chris Barnes mentioned in the same sentence for a long time.
Well, absolutely, yes, Simon, you're right. I mean, the number of times he scored over 200 last year was just